So lovely to see all of you. Welcome to Vinyasa Sculpt. This is 45 minutes of intense yoga. So be patient, bring gratitude and kindness to your mat today, and we'll have a lot of fun. Laugh and fall out of things and sweat. Let's begin in child's pose. Spread your knees out, maybe to the edges of your mat or whatever feels comfortable, and then bring your big toes to touch. Begin to lower your chest to the mat. And spread your arms out nice and long. Begin to settle in here, bringing your attention to your breath. And slow down. Sink your hips even closer to your heels if you can. If a thought or an idea, a judgment comes up, just observe it and watch it float away. The next 45 minutes are yours and yours alone. So really just keep your mat a clear and happy place. Feel free to come and sit on this pose or keeping your head above your heart if you ever feel overheated. This resting position is always available to you. But for now, we're going to get started. So keeping your feet and knees where they are, rise up onto your fingertips. So just your upper body moves. And then maybe take a wider stance with your inner thighs. So your heels maybe come out off of your butt, under your butt. And come up onto your knees, kind of rocking back and forth, sitting down, sitting up with your hips. Kind of a funky, intense movement for the first bit of class, but I love this one to quickly open up into my inner thighs, maybe a little hip mobility work. Nice and slow, be gentle here. We're just waking our body up. Nice. Slowly close your knees, bring them to touch and have a seat on your heels. Inhale your arms up to mountain pose, hold it here. Exhale, round your triceps in by bringing your pinkies close to one another, shoulders down your back. Engage your core. You want to avoid a back bend, at least for now. Drop your right hand down your back, keeping your elbow nice and tall. Grab your right elbow with your left hand and pull slightly back on your tricep. We're doing a lot of tricep work today, so it's really important to open them up early. Get a little deeper, pull a little more intensely, but not too bad. And then swap it out. Inhale to mountain, exhale, grab opposite hand to elbow. Just for a few seconds here. Again, try to engage your core to avoid dumping into your lower back. Pull a little more. And then drop your hands down to the ground, preparing for a right side twist. Slowly turn to the right, bring your right arm behind you, using your left hand to press away from your right knee. Sit up nice and tall, maybe look behind your right shoulder. Keep moving that right shoulder back. My back always cracks here. Breathe deeply. Use your right hand as a tripod, maybe press even more into your fingers to keep twisting deeper. Inhale. Exhale, swing back to center and all the way around to the opposite side. Left hand catches your mat. Right hand pushes away from left thigh or knee. Again, keep this tall and proud. Keep working that left shoulder back. Even deeper. One more breath here. Inhale. Exhale, come to your hands, tabletop pose. We'll do a few wrist stretches here. So bring your hands, turn your hands each 90 degrees so they're facing the long edges of your mat. And take big horizontal movements here. So move all the way to the left until you feel a wrist pressure, and then all the way to the right until you feel some pressure. Again, not too much pressure, but you're really working into your wrists here. So eventually this movement will be even more horizontal, a little less narrow, more wide. Take these nice and slow. Maybe add a vinyasa component by adding your breath in somehow. If this feels really good, flip them 90 degrees one more time so your fingers are facing your knees, and do the same thing vertically this time. Move your butt towards your heels as much as you can until you feel a little intense of a wrist stretch. If you're looking for more of an intense wrist stretch than this, begin to peel your wrists, the heels of your hand off of the mat as you move back. That's even more of a stretch if you're looking for something deeper. Nice. And now we're going to flip our palms. Our palms are facing up and your fingers are facing one another. That's what this looks like. And take circles this time. Instead of vertical and horizontal, we're moving in a circular position. This will be the last one. Feel free to come back to wrist stretches as you see fit throughout class. If your wrists ever get too tired, you can always come onto your fists. That's a really nice trick if you're, in chaturanga and your wrists are killing. Just come onto your fists. It releases a lot of wrist tension. So flip your hands. We're back into neutral tabletop pose, getting ready for some big cat-cows here. Inhale through your nose, look up, stick your butt out. Exhale, round your spine in, look towards the mat. Inhale, up to cow. Exhale, round to cat. Take these on your own breath, own time, practicing opening up into our core, our spine. Really press away from your palms on the cat. Really press away from your shoulders on the cow. Matching your breath to your movement. I'm already heating up. Just for a few more breaths. Just creating a little heat here. And then find a neutral tabletop pose. Preparing for bird dog crunches. Extend your right leg long, either point it or flex your toes to activate that entire leg. Bring your left arm long, nice in front of you. So opposite arm, opposite leg are straight. Inhale here, exhale, round forward like we did in cat, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend, exhale, round, extend, round, extend, round. Beautiful. You guys are doing super well. Offer your own pace here. So take this as slow or as fast as you want. Go faster if you're looking for more cardio burst. Go slower if you're looking for a little more ab engagement. Whew, I'm already heating up here. Just for 4, 3, 2, tabletop, and 1. Plant your left hand down, right knee down, opposite leg this time. Straighten or flex that left toe off the mat and bring your right hand forward. Inhale, exhale, round. Beautiful. Keep going here. You know the drill. Just for a few movements here. Make them intentional. Make them full and purposeful. Don't just fling your legs and arms. Really have them on a straight track, forward and back. Whew, just for 4, 3, tabletop in 2, and 1. Tabletop pose, reset. Option to take another round of these. But if you're looking for something more, come onto your toes, lift your knees 1 inch or 2 inches off the ground. Option to stay here as well. If you want even more, reach your right leg back, flex or point the toes, come on to just your right hand and slowly bring your left arm forward. Oh my gosh, this is like a really hard bird dog crunch. Option to just hold this. If you want to take the crunches with me, here we go. Inhale, exhale, round. Inhale, oh my gosh, round. Here we go, just for 4, 3, back to hovering knees. In 2, you will fall out. And 1, left leg down, right knee back in line with left, holding this hovering knees posture. Here we go on the left side. Extend your left leg long, pointer flex the toes. Come on to just your left hand, reach the right arm forward. Bring that right knee further down, just a few inches hovering off the mat. Option to stay here, option to take the crunches. Here we go, just a few here. Ready? 4, woo, 3, yes you can, 2, feel the burn, and 1, here we go. Set the right hand down, keep the knees hovering just for a few more seconds. Step the hands 1 or 2 inches forward and step the feet 1 or 2 inches back. We're in a high plank now. Hold the plank. This is hard, especially after that core work, but you guys are super strong. Just for a few seconds here. And take little knee taps here. We're in high plank. Just lightly bend your knees. Bring them down to the mat, firing up our core even more. Just for 4. Yes, you can. 3, stack your shoulders over your wrists. And 2, downward facing dog. And 1, press your hips back. Heels come low. Bend your knees. Bring your chest to your thighs. Release here. Open mouth exhales whenever you get overheated. Take a few seconds here to get acquainted with your downward facing dog. Maybe it's the first one of your whole day, of your whole week. So take some time. Take note of how tight or not your hamstrings, your calves are. Keep pressing away through your palms. Bring the chest closer to your thighs. Maybe you take your dog out for a walk. But whenever you're ready, let's find stillness. A still down dog. And from here, coming into dolphin's pose, everything stays the same, except you drop your elbows down to the mat in line with your hands. Hold it. Your heels are much higher now than they were in downward facing dog. I acknowledge that. This is just like a harder version of downward facing dog. From here, we're going to pop back up into downward facing dog. I'm going to take a few of those rotations on your own time. Hand grip is super important for this. Pop up, straighten the elbows, maybe bring your chest closer to your thighs and your heels down low, and then back down to dolphin. If you want to take this faster, just bring your elbows up and down, up, down. Beautiful. We're pressing into our palms here. There's a lot of forearm, shoulder work. It is hard. I acknowledge that, but we need our shoulders nice and strong if we're going to do this class. So here we go. Just for 4, 3, downward facing dog in 2, and 1, downward facing dog, send it back. Just a few seconds here. Inhale, see your hands. Exhale, step or float to the top of your mat. Toes to touch. Forward fold with toes either touching or maybe an inch apart. Release your neck. Breathe here for a second. The balance is a little funky if we're not taking hips distance. So just acknowledge that, see how it feels. Release your neck muscles. And then slowly bend into your knees, so much so that you pop up into chair pose. Arms above your head, engage your core, sit even lower, look down. Can you see your toes? Maybe you can even wiggle your toes off the mat. Most of your weight should be in your heels. Sit low, engage your core to avoid a duck butt. Firing up our thighs here. Yes, breathe. And maybe you want to take a few pulses here. Slowly pulse your hips, your knees up and down, really firing up into your thighs. We all here? Yes. Beautiful. Just for 4, 3, mountain pose in 2, and 1. Inhale, mountain pose, straightening out the legs. Maybe take a little back bend here. Engage your glutes. Feel this in your hips and your core. Beautiful back bend. Inhale. Exhale, back down to chair. And then slowly keep lowering your hips down. Maybe your heels will rise all the way down until you catch a low boat. Low boat is some version of an obtuse angle with your arms, your upper body, and your legs. Maybe you bend your knees to avoid dumping into your hips. That feels a lot better for me. Zip your legs together, engage your core. Maybe your chin rises a little, get nice, tall, and proud here. And we'll just take a few scullers here. So inhale to prepare. Exhale, crunch forward, knees meet your chest. Beautiful. So we inhale to elongate, exhale to crunch. Move your arms in line with your legs. Pretend like you're rowing a boat. Whew. Take these as slow or as fast as you see fit. Again, this is a really intense core exercise for the beginning of class. So take it nice and light. Beautiful. Whew, just for 4. 3, yes, you can. Legs up the wall in 2. And 1, legs up the wall. Come to fall back on your back. And straighten your legs so your heels kiss the ceiling. Flex your feet. If it's a little further down like this, more obtuse rather than 90-degree angle, totally okay. You just want to feel all the blood draining from your feet all the way down to your hips. Relax here. And then we're going to rock our hips up and back just a few times here, doing these little low belly, I don't even know what you would call these, core exercises. So you rise your hips up and then you set them down on the ground. Yeah, tiny little movements here, just engaging your core, warming up for a bigger posture you're about to get into. For 4, 3, head all the way back to legs behind your head in 2, and 1. Use that momentum to carry you all the way back to reverse forward fold. So your hips are in line as straight as they possibly can. Bring them closer to your shoulders. Maybe find a basket grip behind your back. Maybe use your hands against your lower back as a tripod stand. Wherever you are, feel a beautiful release in your hamstrings, a beautiful release maybe in your upper back. This feels really good on my neck. And just hold it. Maybe close your eyes. Just enjoy all the work you've already put in. I wish I could stay here forever. This is such a beautiful posture. It's kind of funky looking, but it is really, really rewarding. And then like we were practicing those kind of hip rotations, we're going to do the opposite version. Tuck your knees in close to your head and roll all the way up into chair. The big movement, big roll. Keep your hips nice and low. Are we all with me? Nice, beautiful, guys. From here, we're going to practice crow posture. Bring your hands to heart center and pulse here while I give a demo, or jump into crow if it's already within your practice. If you're watching the demo and you're pulsing, what we do is we bring our hands to the mat, get a Spider-Man leg grip so your palms aren't totally touching the mat. Then bend your knees so they're in line and touching your triceps. Slowly move your weight forward, more forward than makes you feel comfortable. So much so that you can lift one toe off the ground and maybe you lift the other. If it's very comfortable for you, bring your toes closer to your butt and hold it. The hard, really hard posture. So practice it. We'll mess around a little and then come back together in a few seconds. If you guys ever have questions in class, you can just unmute. I know that feels kind of weird in a Zoom yoga class, but I think we all know each other at this point. So make it comfortable. I think I tell this story a lot. When I was practicing my crow for the first time when I was in teacher training, my triceps would have bruises up and down them because I was doing crow so intensely. It's such a weird place to have a bruise. But this is a beautiful, beautiful tricep exercise. So try it out. And when you're ready, meet me in Malasana, this kind of wide-legged squat, hands at heart center, pressing your elbows into your thighs. Okay, we're all ready to move on. Beautiful. Plant your hands, step back into high plank. Take your chaturanga push-ups either on your knees or not. What that looks like is keeping your elbows as close to your body as you can, lowering down in a straight line and pushing up. Take a few of these, kind of like low plank to high plank, low plank, high plank, just for 4, 3, upward facing dog in 2, and 1, upward facing dog. Flip your toes, shine your chest forward, engage your glutes, hold it for a second. My gosh, this feels really good. Big breaths here. And then when you're ready, flip your dog. Come into down or facing dog. Heels down, chest close to thighs, knees bent. Breathe. Let's try that one more time. Inhale, see your hands. Exhale, step or float to the top of your mat, toes to touch. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins or thighs. Reset your spine. Exhale, forward fold, let it all melt down. Inhale, bend your knees, chair pose, arms rise up nice and tall. Hold it here. Maybe take a few pulses, warming up your thighs. If you want an added challenge, maybe come up onto your toes. See how that feels. This is kind of a drinking bird posture if you bring your hands back. But let's keep our hands forward just to add a little pressure on our calves. Sit even lower, keeping your heels raised. Keep lowering down, lowering down. Can you hold it? Your hips as close to your heels as possible. We're still on our heels. And then all the way down into low boat. We've arrived. Okay. Two options here for our last ab exercise. The harder of which I'm not doing is the full V up, where you bring your whole upper body up to touch your toes. If you want to do what I'm doing, that's keeping my upper body on the ground and just moving my arms and legs. So my limbs are just moving. This is really hard enough as it is. I just want to give as many options as you can. If you have another ab exercise that you're interested in, do that. The goal of this is just to get our core nice and strong. Whew. So take it as you will. Breathing here. Yes. Inhale as you extend. Exhale as you come forward. We always exhale on the hardest part of each exercise. Just for 4, 3, legs up the wall, and 2, and 1, legs up the wall. Hold it. Ugh. My hips. Yes. Breathe. Begin to relax here for a second. If you were looking for a little more ab engagement, try these like hip raises that we did before, where you just raise your lower back off the ground and lower it. The lower is the harder part to make graceful, but this really engages a lot of lower ab stuff, which I need help with. Or just hold it in the legs up the wall posture. Just for a few seconds here, guys. Make that descent as graceful as you can, holding your core in. Just for 4, 3, reverse forward fold in 2, and 1, reverse forward fold. Take that momentum all the way back behind you so your feet almost touch the ground. If they don't, that's fine. And hold it. Enjoy this beautiful stretch. Oh my gosh. Maybe rock your hips slightly left and right, kind of shake in your booty. See how that feels in your shoulders and your neck. It's such a beautiful release. From here, keep your left leg where it is and bring your right leg up nice and tall. So you're in this L posture with your leg, scissor kicking here, and switch it out. Left leg rises, right leg falls. Keep going here on your own pace, switching out your legs. You want your hips as high as they can be. So you're more of an I than a J with your body. That's kind of an impossible standard, but just keep moving your hips closer to your shoulders while also straightening your back. Just a few of these. Here we go. Breathing in and out very deeply for 4, 3. Can you go a little faster for 2, and 1. Slowly bend both knees. Use the momentum to rock yourself forward into chair. Chair, our friend. Bring your hands to heart center. Sit nice and low. Twist to the right so your left elbow meets your right. We're in this side chair, rotated chair, reverse chair. Sit nice and low, hips high, hips low, chest high. Bring that shoulder even further back. Make sure you're not pushing your knees to the left, bump them to the right. So knees are still over ankles. Option to stay here, or option to take side crow. Side crow is the same thing as crow, but this time you plant your hands to the right side of your mat. Use your triceps to hold your legs and your upper body. And you slowly tilt forward, rising 1 or both toes off the ground. If this feels really comfortable for you, you can try to straighten one leg, maybe straighten the other. I'm not there right now. And come back to this crow, reversed crow whenever you're ready, or reverse chair. Gosh, can you tell that this class is hard? We all there? Yes, beautiful. From here, inhale up to neutral chair, and exhale, twist to the right. My thighs are burning here. This is a lot of chair work. That's okay. Sit your hips even lower, your chest even higher. Move that left shoulder back. Breathe. Bump those knees to the left. Don't be pressing them to the right. Make sure you can still see your toes. Weight is in your heels. Option to stay here, option to try the side crow. Plant your palms, make connection with your upper body and your left tricep and your right tricep with your legs, and slowly hinge forward. Maybe rise both feet off the ground, maybe straighten out one leg, maybe don't. Sweat and fall and make fun of yourself, and just have fun with it. And when you're ready to move on, meet me in that rotated chair. This is the last class of this sequence. So as you can tell, I've made it as hard as it possibly can. It's already impossibly hard. Inhale up to chair, reset the spine. Exhale, forward fold, hands to heart center, meet the mat. Inhale up to halfway lift, hands to shins or thighs. Exhale, plant the palms, step back, high plank, hold it here. We're doing plank jacks. We go in, out, in, out. So you're moving from the center of your mat to the outsides of your mat. Keeping your core nice and strong. Try to hold the movements just to your legs. You want to avoid rocking your whole body. Keep that core nice and tight. Just for 8, 7, can you go a little faster? 6, 5, 4, upward facing dog. In 3, yes you can, get that cardio in. For 2, and 1, upward facing dog. Oh gosh, what a beautiful release that is. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a second, reconnect with your body. Say hello to your body. Holy cow. Take deep breaths in, all together. Inhale through your nose. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Nice. All right, here we go onto our Crescent Series. Bring both feet to the center of your mat. Inhale, your right leg high. Open, bend, and stretch into that knee. Oh my gosh, my right glute needed that. Push away from your knee and press your knee away to open up into your left inner thigh. Feel this in your right hamstring, your right hip and your right thigh. Maybe take little circles, really feel good here. This feels so juicy. And then slowly bring your knee to your nose, round forward into high plank, and then set the foot in between the hands. Rise up to Crescent Lunge. 90-degree bend in your right leg. Engage your core. Bump that left hip forward. Can you make your stance even wider? Sit down even lower. Yes, you guys look super strong. Breathing deeply. Bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, hinge forward. Bring your chest closer to your thighs. Exhale, revolved crescent. Catch your right elbow on the outside, or your left elbow on the outside of your right knee, and twist to the right. Keep moving that right shoulder back. Sit even deeper into your right thigh. Yes, you can. You're on just your toes of your left foot. So your left foot is pushing you forward. Your left foot could be straight. Sit even deeper. Yes, you can. I promise. Hold it. If a bind is within your practice, try it now. What that looks like is bringing your right hand behind your back and then grabbing your right hand with your left through your right thigh. Hold it. This is impossible on your right thigh. So come out of it when you need to. Just for 4, 3, revolved half moon in 2 and 1. Let go of the bind, maybe shake it out briefly, and then come off of your left leg. Left leg parallel to the mat, right arm perpendicular. So our lower body is parallel, our upper body is perpendicular. Maybe grab onto a block or your mat with your left hand. Same thing goes here. Keep working that right shoulder back. Keep lifting the left toes nice and high. I like to point mine for more of a straight leg. If you're looking for more of a balanced posture, begin to come onto just the fingertips of your left hand. Maybe you release your left hand from the mat entirely. Breathe. Just a few seconds here, I promise, guys. Open those breaths. If you fall out of it, if your posture is whack, just come right back into it. We're here all flailing and shaking together. From here, slowly come into warrior three. Your lower body stays the same. Your upper body reaches forward into the Superman-like posture. Left leg even higher. So now we're creating a T with our upper body. Holy nuts. And breathe. When you fall out like me, just take a minute, recollect yourself, and come back in. Find an unmoving focal point for your eyes, either on the ceiling or the ground, whatever. And from here, slowly bend into that left leg, grabbing your left knee, your left foot with your left hand. How many times am I going to say that? I'm just going to say that every time I fall out, and we'll be here all day. Here we go. Lift a little higher. Feel this back bend. Again, this isn't about getting your leg as high as possible. It's about how big of a bend you can have in your back. Okay, we're slowly going to release our hand to foot grip. Don't let your foot touch the ground yet. Rock it forward all the way like a pendulum in a clock up to a pendulum in a clock. There's no pendulum in a clock. A pendulum up to L posture. Straighten your left leg. Bring it as high as you can, using that left hip to really propel it up. Hold it. Maybe bring your hands to your hips, maybe not. If you're feeling a little hamstring happy, bring your two left fingers to hook your left toe in, and then take the L posture, hand to foot version. Whew. Option to take this with a bent knee, or if you're feeling hamstring open, straighten the leg. Sit back. You want your shoulders in line with your hips. You don't want to round forward. You want to stand nice, tall, and proud. We're here for 4, 3. Yes, you can. Figure 4 and 2 and 1. Release the hand to foot grip. Bring your left ankle on top of your right thigh and sit nice and low here. We've practiced this posture in chair. So keeping your hips nice and low, bending into that right leg. Keep your chest nice and high. Feel this stretch in your left glute. If it's in your practice for another arm balance, option to take the flying figure 4 here by bringing your hands onto the ground, connecting your triceps with your left shin, hook the ground, hook your triceps with your shin, slowly hinge forward, and maybe you lift your right leg off the ground and hold it here. If this feels comfortable for you, option to straighten that right leg or not, and just hold it in a neutral figure 4. Just for a few seconds here, can you sit even lower, even deeper? If you're taking the inversion, come back to figure 4, moving on to eagle posture. Slowly cross that left leg over the right, maybe using your left toe as a kickstand. Sit up nice and tall so your shoulders are in line with your hips. Pretend like you're sitting against a wall. And then wrap your left arm below your right. Keep your elbows nice and tall and high in line with your shoulders. Maybe you release that right foot off the mat or the left foot off the mat. So you're totally balancing on your right leg. Sit deeper into the right knee. Can you bring your elbows even higher? And slow down here. Slow down your breath. Slow down your mind for 4, 3, release, and 2, and 1. Oh my gosh, guys. Shake it out. That was a lot. Can you still feel your right leg? Can you even hear me through my really intense breathing? I don't know. But here we go. We're on to the opposite side. Inhale up to mountain pose. Take the back bend. Exhale, hands through heart center. Forward fold. Inhale up to halfway lift. Create a flat spine. Exhale, plant your palms. Step back into high plank and hold it. Last bit of core cardio here, preparing for mountain climbers, one knee into nose at a time. Let's go. Right, left, right, left, right, left. Keep your shoulders in line with your wrists. I swear, guys, this is the last bit of cardio we're doing, and then we'll get off our shoulders for a while. Here we go. Open mouth breaths. Can you go faster? Can you make your knee closer to your nose? Make them tighter. For 4, 3, push back into downward facing dog in 2, and 1. Push it back. Take a minute to slow your heart rate. Close your eyes. Thank your body. We're about to even it out. Take it nice and slow. Let's take one big inhale all together. Inhale through your nose, get nice and big. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Nice. Toes to touch at the center of your mat. Inhale your left leg nice and high. Open, bend, and stretch the knee. Maybe look behind your left armpit. Feel this in your left thigh, hip. If you keep moving your knee back, maybe you even feel it in your right inner thigh. We'll take little circles here, whatever feels good for you. Opening up here. It's one of my favorite poses in all of yoga. And when you're ready, slowly come into this high plank position, knee to nose, and plant your left toes in between your hands. Inhale up to crescent. We've been here before. Hold it nice, tall, and strong. You guys are going to get so strong after this class. So I don't even feel bad about doing this. We're all going to get ripped together. Bump that right hip forward, sit even lower into your left leg. Maybe you come up only onto the toes of your right leg. So to activate your back leg in Crescent Lunge as much as possible, begin to straighten it, move those toes back. So you're really pushing your right foot forward with, or your right leg forward with your toes. Or the more relaxed version is to keep a nice little bend in that leg. So take whatever feels good for you today. Bring your hands to prayer pose. Inhale, hinge forward, hold it here for a few seconds. Feel your left thigh heating up. And then exhale, twist to the left, right elbow to left knee, opening up to the left side body. Option to come down to your knee. That's a beautiful option. Ooh, breathing here, opening up into your left shoulder. Sit even deeper into your left knee. Yes, you can, guys. Again, same options here. Maybe take the bind. What that looks like is bringing your left arm behind your back. Kelly and I practiced this the other day. This side's a lot harder than the other side. Bend even more into your right knee and find the basket grip or the bind. I can't on this side. If you're working on the bind, I encourage you to come down onto your right knee and making the bind a little more accessible with your right knee down. Then it's not even accessible for me like this today, but once that is accessible, then you can begin to pop up off of your right knee. So many beautiful options, just depending on what you're practicing today. Shake it out whenever you need to. And if you took the bind, unwind and pop up into reverse half moon. Right arm high, right arm low, left arm high, right leg high. Sometimes I feel like we're in like Twister, or what is it, Simon Says, actually. It's or something like that, just body parts to different places. Breathe deeply here. I feel like I get more goofy as a instructor the more I am struggling. So if you're struggling, I am here with you. Sit even lower here in your hips. Lift the right leg even higher. Left arm even higher. Twist even deeper. Yes, you can. My left glute is on fire. That's okay. Straighten the right leg. Breathe. Whew. For 4, 3, warrior 3, 2, and 1, warrior 3. Keeping the right leg exactly where it is. Bring both arms forward into this Superman pose. Keep your arms in line with your ears and take breaks as needed. This is a lot of glute work, a lot of leg work. So bring a little bit of patience, a little bit of gratitude, It feels a lot better for me to keep my hands at prayer if I'm feeling a little overwhelmed in warrior 3. But we're just here for 4, 3, dancers pose in 2, and 1, bend in to your left or right knee. Grab the left hand to the left foot, right hand or left foot. Wow, I'm messing up today, guys. I'm really tired, if you can tell, but you guys know what you're doing. I feel confident in you. And bring your right thigh up nice and high. Breathe. Option to keep your left hand at your heart, or option to extend your branches nice and long. Really up to you how you're feeling today. But dancers is a more relaxed balancing posture. So find little moments to slow your heart rate down. Kick your leg up even higher. Feel this back bend. Yes, you can. I'm holding it for just a few more breaths. Breathe. Breathe. Nice. And slowly release the hand to foot grip and pendulum swing that right leg forward, this time for L posture, using your right hip to bring that right leg even higher, even higher. If you're feeling brave, bring your right hand to grab onto your right big toe and straighten out the right leg this way in this L posture, or big hand to foot pose. Big toe to hand. Breathe. Sit back by activating your left thigh, shoulders over your hips. Push your hand into your toe into your hand. Can you get it even higher? Can you sit up even further? And then slowly release, bringing your right ankle onto your left thigh for figure 4. Breathing deeply. Sit nice and low in your hips. Core up nice and high, shoulders down, hands at heart center. Feel this in your right side glute. If you don't, sit even lower. Breathe even deeper. Open mouth breaths. Option to stay here. Or if you're feeling a little brave, you want to try the arm balance. Bring your hands to the mat, preparing for flying figure 4. Bending into your triceps, create that little shelf for your knee and your foot. And then hinge forward, bringing your left toes this time off the ground. If this feels comfortable for you, begin to straighten out the left leg. I'm not going to do that, but there's so many beautiful options here. Come and meet me in figure 4, all together, preparing for eagle posture. Slowly cross that right thigh over the left thigh, so you're in this little curtsy squat, and then bring your right arm below your left, up to eagle posture. Bring your elbows in line with your shoulders. Sit back so your shoulders are in line with your hips. And breathe here. This is the last big hard posture of class, guys. Just give me a few more ounces of energy, maybe popping off of your right toes. Sit even deeper. Breathe. Slow down your heart rate. Slow it down. Yes, you can. For 4, 3, relax it all out in 2, and 1, unwind. Wow. Woo, I don't even have the energy to shake it out. Where's Josh? He always does this funny little dance. I can't do that right now. Take a few little moments to walk up and down your mat. Reconnect with yourself. Thank your body for doing whatever that just was. Breathing deeply. And when we're all ready, inhale up to mountain pose. Catch the back bend. Exhale, forward fold, hands to heart center, hands to mat. Inhale up to halfway lift, hands to shins or thighs. Exhale, high plank, plant your hands down, step back, and then all the way down up to upward facing dog. Catch the back bend, hold it for a few seconds. It's so lovely. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Last one of class, guys. You made it. That was so hard. I can't even believe it. And just breathe. You just did that. Inhale, see your hands. Exhale, step or float, and have a seat at the center of your mat. Bring your knees in nice and tight and slowly lower your upper body down to the ground, keeping your heels close to your butt. Hug both knees in for a quick spinal reset. Extend your left leg long, supine twist to the left. Using your left hand, we're doing the opposite side this time, using your left hand to guide your right knee to the left. Plant your right shoulder on the ground and twist. Feel this beautiful release in your lower spine. You just worked so hard. That was definitely the hardest thing I've ever done. No, I'm just kidding. So thank yourself for doing that. Hug both knees in back to center, reset the spine. Inhale, exhale, extend your right leg long this time and guide your left knee to the right side. Stapling your left shoulder in. Slowly tug on the left knee to open up into the lower back. Begin to quiet the mind. Bring gratitude to your practice. Thank yourself for fooling around, working real hard, doing something for your body today. Hug both knees in one more time. Come back to center. Grab for the outer sides of your feet. Happy baby, opening up your legs, knees towards your armpits. Bend into both knees. Rock slowly back and forth, left and right along your mat, massaging in your lower spine. Maybe straighten one leg, maybe straighten the other. Have fun with it. Fool around, pretend like you're a little happy baby in a crib. Hug both knees in, release your hand to foot grip and hug both knees in. Squeeze really, really tight. And then extend your legs nice and long, arms nice and long. Tuck your shoulders behind your heart to give it a little cushion. And just melt. Thank you guys so much for this practice today. I think I want to close out from Shavasana. So bring your right hand to your belly, your left hand to your heart. Let's take one big breath together. Inhale through your nose. Your chest will rise. Exhale through your mouth. Push it into your belly. You guys are welcome to stay here for as long as you want. I recommend you do so. It's a challenging class. Thank you all so much for practicing with me this 45 minutes of nonsense. That was a crazy class. I hope you had as much fun as I did. Let's bring from Shavasana, bring your hands to your third eye center. And we say namaste.